All right, you talk about this on radio 5 days a week in some way, shape, or form. The Big 12. They decided not to go with the championship game. They were the only power conference left out of the playoff last year. They decide, that let's just wait and see. Let's see what happens. This league, sitting with 10 teams, President Boren saying, hey, I think maybe we should have 12. What did that feel like? There were some questions about this week for Bob Bowlesby. Your take on that?
Well, I didn't expect Bowlesby to come out and say, we're going to expand.
Sure, yeah.
But you can't have a championship game if you don't expand. Can't do it with 10 teams.
It's weird with 10, yeah.
Maybe 11. Maybe. But you have to split it into divisions. Championship game will hinder them if they do it in any other process.
Yeah.
So you have to expand. Bill Snyder he's not going to be coaching there anymore by the time they do expand, so he can be a little bit more vocal about it. But I think Bill Snyder is correct. You need 12 teams. In this day and age of college football, I don't know how obvious you can get. The Big 12 gets left out because they didn't have a championship game and because their strength of schedule for Baylor was horrible.
Sure.
Now, Bowlesby did say, one, we've got to get better. We've got to play better. 2 and 5 is not going to cut it. Right. And he also mentioned, and I think this was for Baylor's sake, we need to strengthen our non-conference schedules. Now, I don't know if it was a backdoor stab at Baylor and the way they conduct
things. Briles and Bowlesby love each other, don't they?
Yes. After the way Briles reacted to Bowlesby, I don't know if this is Bowlesby's answer. Yes, and that could happen too. I think strength of schedule is a big issue. But I don't see how they can carry on without expanding. If they get shut out again,
that'll be ugly.
They made it a point to say one season doesn't make a trend. I get it. I just don't see how it's viable to survive television contract-wise as well with only 10 teams.
Do you see it as TCU Baylor in a tier of their own and then everybody else? And give me kind of your top 4 at the end of the year. How do you think it shakes out?
I think TCU will win it, and I think OU has a chance to be second, Baylor third, OSU 4. And I think OSU has a chance to move up higher than that. I'm not sold on Baylor yet. Briles did say, what's the difference? He was asked, what's the difference between having Petty being your quarterback and having Russell being your quarterback? And he said, I knew more about Petty. Even though he didn't play a whole lot, I knew what I got even when he started. He doesn't know about Russell yet, doesn't know his idiosyncrasies, doesn't know how he's going to handle things. So from that end, their offensive coordinator is now the University of Tulsa head coach. Yeah. So there's a little bit of a transition there as well. We all know Art Briles is the man, and he calls most of the plays. And if he doesn't see a play call he doesn't like, he's not going to run it.
He's not gonna run.
But still, I think there's a little bit of a transition there. So I think it might catch Baylor a little bit off guard. So I think OU and OSU have a chance to step in to 2 or 3. Yeah. But I think TCU is the class of the conference.
I might just schedule my vacation for the Big 12 Media Days next year. You did a fantastic job. I don't even need to go. I feel like I was – Fireside Pies, you had the pizza there over by SMU. What did you think of that?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah. It wasn't – it was good.
You might have got the wrong thing.
Listen, I could have given you my own pizza guide to New York City.
I ate plenty of that.
My standards are extremely high when it comes to pizza.
There is a lot of good pizza in that city.
It was good. We had fun. It was good. It was tough to go outside. It was like 137 degrees out.
New York, I think it was 92, which was the hottest day in 2 years. And I'm not going to say it was a picnic. I mean, 92 with all that humidity was no fun. But I looked around at people and said, you have no idea what summer heat actually is.
This is what I love about New Yorkers. When I go home, and I'll be complaining about the heat or whatever. Yeah, but it's that dry heat. I said, please. No. 110, I don't care if it. That's right. First of all, it's Tulsa, Oklahoma, not Tucson, Arizona.
That's right.
I have to remind them that
we get more rain than Seattle. I saw the other day on a graphic.
I said, look at a map, please.
Yes, that's
okay?
Right.
Tulsa, Oklahoma is northeast Oklahoma. It's not in the plains. We do have vegetation here.
That's right.
So yes, it gets humid in Tulsa as well. So I just love it. Did you get any of that? Yeah, but it's dry heat out there.
No, it's such an international city. I ran into some New Yorkers and talked baseball with some people. Mostly, I ran into Europeans, and they're the rude ones. That's what I found. The New Yorkers, I have incredible respect for those people trying to live their lives and get to work with, gawkers like me, staring up at the Chrysler Building and taking pictures.
How do you
I
not?
know.
You were
so
complaining
many.
about your neck today.
Yeah, my neck's killing me. I think that might be it. But the New Yorkers were fantastic, and they'll stop and talk to you and talk baseball. The Europeans, they can just stay over there.
Once in a while.
I agree. I like you guys. All right. Hey, we're going to be ranting all during the football season. At halftime of Sunday Night Football, we look forward to that again. And you can catch us on KJRH.com from time to time when we have things to rant about. And the Big 12 is always a good subject.
By the
Boss,
way,
thank you.
Shock. Get lost.
We are not ranting about that at the moment. We might next week, but Al's a little bit bitter, so we're going to table that maybe forever.
I just think it's as Bush a thing to do as anything I've seen in sports.
Are we really doing this? Because I got thoughts on this.
No, we can do that.
I can go.
We can continue. Listen, the ownership, if they thought they were going to make money by bringing a WNBA team to Tulsa, Oklahoma, then they need to have their head examined.
I couldn't agree more.
It wasn't going to happen.
Most of the league does not make money.
Exactly. It's a losing proposition. So it's either going to be a hobby or civic pride or whatever. I just can't believe that they would pull the rug out from under the fans that did go to the games.
Absolutely.
It's just a horrible way to do business. And if they think they're going to do any better in Dallas, they're dreaming. The rumors are they're going to move into an arena that holds about 7,000.
UT Arlington, yeah.
Okay, so how is that an improvement over the BOK Center in downtown Tulsa? Please, give me a break.
Sure, venue, it's absolutely not. I'll say this. You have so many more people to pull from in the Dallas area. So look, I'm not a businessman, so this might be a really good business move, but it's not fair to people in Tulsa who for 5 years watched the worst team in professional sports here in America. They won 24% of their games for 5 years. Finally get a little bit good, and then you bounce. Meanwhile, attendance was at 5,000. If you had told me 5 years ago, hey, we're going to drop a WNBA team into Tulsa, and they're going to win 24% of their games, what do you think the attendance will be? I would have said way less than 5,000. So to the core fans out there, the Shock fans, and look, there were a ton of people that showed up at every single game. My hat's off to you because you guys really did give it a good run, and I hate it for those people. I'm not going to lie. I mean, we weren't WNBA watchers before, and when it came to our city, it's not like we became experts per se. Right. We took it in, and you came to appreciate it some. But I'm telling you right now, this is not a product that anywhere in the country is going to put 17 or 18,000 people in an arena anytime soon.
Well, look at the cities that have already had WNBA teams. Houston, Miami.
Absolutely.
Detroit.
Sure, I know. Big ones.
Detroit's a basketball town.
Right.
So it's inexcusable. It's poor practice. You used us. We don't appreciate it. And, don't let the door kick you, if you know what I mean. Yeah.
And that's how you rant, people. Thanks for checking us out, and we'll be doing this all football season long. That's it for The Shock.